Welcome to the Unit 4 Employee Data. In this chapter, we will cover how this employee data is configured and what transactions we can perform in the employee data, how to maintain the employee data, how to view the history, etc. etc. So let's look at the one employee. To look at the employee, as you all are already aware, we will have to go to search for actions and people and type the employee name. So here I am just giving Adam. So I will choose Adam Novak, and as you can see the Adam Novak, this is the header which is shown for the Adam Novak. It shows the job title, location and division, division, local time, business phone, email address of Adam Novak. So this all fields are coming from people profile here. So if you see this address is coming, this email address is coming from here, business phone number is coming from contact information, and some of the fields are coming from here like uh, division, location. These are coming from the organization information. So this is the header which is configured for Adam Novak. On the right side, you can see three icons. So one is actions, header, and as of today, you can change the date as on when you want to view this data. So suppose I want to view it in the past, I will say 26. You can see the data as of 20 April 26, 2021, or you can see as of now, or you can also see it in future. So now in the actions, here you can take the actions on this particular employee. As a system admin or as an HRBP, you can take the actions, or you can perform all these transactions whatever are given in the take action menu. You can, in the header menu, I will come to this in detail little later. And in header you can just edit the profile picture, you can upload a new picture, you can delete this picture, etc. And the file size is mentioned here, it should be not be larger than 2 MB. So this is what all activities you can perform. Now let's move to the different sections of Adam Jacek Novak. So you can see this Adam is personal information is captured first. So then the personal information, you can see this is a change icon or a pencil icon. If you click on this icon, you can change the data from effective, for example, April 28, 2021 here, or you can change it as in future or as in the past. All the fields you can change it here. So suppose I want to introduce a preferred name. So I will say preferred name as Jack, and I will say save. So this will hit a workflow because if you make any changes to the personal information, this will hit a workflow because there is a workflow configured in the backend. So I'm not changing this right now. I will show you the other way of changing it. So I will go to this icon. This is called a history icon, and a clock is representing this. So when we click on this one, I can go to view approval history. So I can say on this particular transaction who, when it got initiated and who approved it. So it was initiated by Anya Singh on April 28, 2021, and it was approved by Anya Singh on behalf of Tessa Walker, because this would have hit the workflow, and that's why Tessa Walker approved it, and Anya Singh was proxying as Tessa Walker. You can delete this transaction if it is not required, and you can edit it here as well. So you can go here, edit, and I can add Jack here, and I can say save. So this will not hit the workflow, and very few people in the company will have added to or edit the transaction which is already performed, which is not required a workflow. But here we are a system admin and we have all the permissions to do that. So this is how you will make the changes. You can also insert a new record here with the, for example, from April 21, his preferred name is, his marital status, his preferred name is say changed to, his not you don't need to maintain the preferred name, and his marital status is changed to married, and I can just save. So this is giving me an error. Your marital status has changed. Next steps. Warning. Be sure you validate your benefits and payroll information. I will say save. It will again give me this message to change the benefits and payroll information, because benefits and payroll information are integrated with the marital status. So you can see as on April 29 there is a record which is maintained here, where you can see in green that the new field is shown here. So new value of the field is shown here. So you can see the married is single is striked out and married is maintained here. I don't want to maintain this record. I just did it by mistake. In that case, you can go and delete this record. Same for April 28. I don't want to maintain this record. I will go and delete it. Okay. So this is how you will maintain this personal information. To maintain the global information, you again have to come here in the change menu, and in the global information you maintain the country specific field. For example, currently this employee belongs to the Poland country, so we are maintaining the Poland specific fields here. But if I change the field to say USA, United States, I change the country field here, then these fields will change according to USA, like ethnic group, veteran, veteran challenge, disabled veteran, visa type, and all this will come here, which are required for United States. So I don't want to change the Poland region for this employee. I will just cancel it and don't save. So if you see, some of the values are captured here, like number of children and the mother's first name Irina and father's first name, etc. Now the next section is ID information, national ID. Here you can maintain the national ID. Since this employee is belonging to Poland, so there is no national ID information stored for this employee. But you can actually maintain the national ID of any employee here. For example, if I say country is Poland, then it will show me the national ID which is maintained for Poland. This is PESEL ID, PESEL. I can maintain, this is the format for which national ID is maintained, and I can maintain this is yes or no, and then save the record. Similarly, I can do it for United States. So United States Social Security number. See, the format has changed. So I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can say yes, and I can save this record. So this is giving me an error. Why? Because I am trying to maintain the country ID of this person in United States, whereas the country and region of this person is Poland. So I should maintain it the Poland ID only. So I will go here and I will say PESEL, and I will maintain the 9807, and I will save this record. So it is I will say proceed. It will hit the workflow, because again we are trying to change some information to national ID, and this will go to Tessa Walker, who is a HR business partner, and I can say confirm. I'm not saving this record here, and you can also, since national ID is a non-effective dated portlet. So we have talked about effective dated portlets and non-effective dated portlets. So non-effective dated portlets are your national ID, per permit information, addresses, primary emergency contact information, and addresses are effective dated portlet. So addresses, personal info, job info, and comp info are effective dated portlet. and others are some of other these ones like primary emergency contact information, biographical information, national ID, work permit info, and employment details. If you see the employment details, this is a non-effective dated portlet. So any changes you made to these portlets uh, will not record the history. So if you see, there is no history icon present on these portlets. So there is only a change icon. So pay dependents, then you can see primary emergency contact information, biographical information, and national ID, and work permit information. So you cannot have the history icon on these portlets. Similarly, you can maintain the work permit info for biographical information. So if you want to maintain the biography, date of birth of the employee or the country of the birth of this employee, you can maintain this. Similarly, you can maintain the contact information of this employee. Suppose I want to enter email address, so email information and the phone information is captured under contact information. So suppose I want to maintain the email address, I want to maintain other, and I say adam dot novak at gmail.com. Is primary is as no. Why it is no? Because is primary, there can only be one address which can be primary as true. So that's why we have selected the business address as primary as yes. So other addresses will remain the is primary as no. Same for the business phone. So if you see, the business phone is maintained here with the number, and is primary is yes. So if you want to add any additional phone numbers, the is primary will remain as no. And I will save this. So you can see here that others are maintained, other email address is maintained here now. Okay, now let's look at the addresses. So addresses, if you see the addresses field, the addresses are maintained here. So home address, and you can see that there are different type of address type which you can maintain. You can maintain the benefits address, billing address, home address, mailing address, payroll address, shipping address. So the address type home is maintained here already. So I can maintain the mailing address here, and you can actually maintain all these fields. These all fields are coming from your country. So if you change the country here, for example, if I change it to Portugal, this fields will change according to the Portugal, and accordingly you can. So I don't want to change it right now. I will maintain it as Poland, for example, and so I can keep these fields same. And I don't want to maintain any record, so I will just cancel it. And you can also see the history icon. In the history you can go and edit the record, and you can see. So house number, instead of 8 I want to give 9 here, and I want to say save. This will save the record. So you can see the house number is 9 here. Okay, so this is how the addresses are maintained. To maintain the to maintain the employment section, you need to there are two ways to maintain it. The first is to maintain this take action. You can come to change job and compensation information. So this is the way how mostly managers and HRBP maintain the information. Or the second way is you can directly come here and click on change, and this will also take you to the similar menu, like you want to make the changes from April 28, and you can change anything here. So for example, I want to make changes to the, so I can see that these is, so I want to make a changes to the, for example, maybe job title Poland, I can save one here, and I can save this record. It, and these changes are saved. So if you go to this field again, the job title field, so if you see, this job title is maintained as HR Business Partner Poland 1. There is no workflow attached to this. However, you can also attach certain workflows to the, if you make any changes to job information, it should hit the workflow, so that uh, capturing the you are not capturing any incorrect information made by the manager or HRBP by mistake. So right now I want to make this change. You can also use the edit mode here. So if you can see, this is which I have made the changes, and it has all automatically captured this information here. So if this has captured the event, reason, pay rate change, and other adjustment which is incorrect. So I want to delete this information. I can simply go and delete it. Then the new title will be HR Business Partner Poland. So this is how the information is captured in the job information. So job information mostly has job classification, job title, the pay grade of the employee, regular employee or temporary employee, standard weekly hours, working days per week, is full-time employee, notes, employee class, field. Employee class is similar to your employee group. So the group of employees, group of similar employees grouped together forms an employee class. Employment type is similar to your employee subgroup, and employee type is similar to your personal sub area, and location is similar to your personal area. These are the terminologies which were used in SAP HCM Word, but the meaning is same. However, the labels have been changed in Employee Central. Okay, then this is the time information which you can maintain it. Job description, you can menu, this is only view, this you cannot, this employee does not have a maintain authorization to maintain the job description. Then employment details, you can maintain different fields like hire date, first date work, original hire date, seniority date, benefits eligibility date, and you can add other dates as well if you want to add it, which if these dates does not satisfy your criteria of managing the different dates in the system, then you can add some dates here in the custom fields. Job relationships, so you can maintain the job relationship portlet. You can change the job relationship from here, and you can simply select. So right now this is matrix manager which is maintained. I want to maintain the HR manager here, so I will say, for example, Tessa Walker is the HR VP here. So I will just simply save this record, and you can see there are multiple relationships which are maintained here. You can come here and go to edit mode and edit this transaction if required at any time. I will keep this as it is. Then in the compensation information, you can maintain the compensation related data. Just a minute, it is loading. Yeah, so in the change window you can go here. You can just say effective from April 28 2021, and you want to change, say, payroll group. So it right now it is payroll monthly. You want to select something else, you can select it here. And then you can also make changes to the salary. So like base salary Poland, so I want to make changes, say instead of 900 I want to give him 40,000. I want to give him a raise. And then currency is PLN, and then monthly frequency is monthly. So I will save. This will hit a workflow. Why? Because we have made the changes to the salary. So it is hitting a workflow, and it is going first to the Brian Hood, and then it is going to the Tessa Walker. So once, if you want to make changes to the salary, then this will hit different type of workflows. So we will come to these workflows little later. So right now I'm not I will just try to save this record. It will show me this is hitting workflow. I will say confirm, and you can see that it will say that this is pending approval on April 20th 21. So I don't want to I just suppose I raised it by mistake, so I can go to this transaction here, and I can simply say withdraw this workflow. This will withdraw my workflow, and workflow will be withdrawn. So this is how you make changes to the employee data. In the next unit we will cover the event and event reasons, where we will see how these different events are captured when we make changes to the employee data.